Salema, everyone. Good to be here with you. Um, Another time. I wanted to just come in here before the part three of Where's the Most High's Land to touch on something that is very important. It's one of uh, the things that I think is crucial, or matter of fact, is crucial to how we operate and present ourselves before the Father. And that is continuing to look at what is clean and unclean. It is well established that um, we're not to consume anything that does not produce seed after its kind in itself, whether it be the herb of the field or the tree bearing fruit, having seed in itself. And what I wanted to come on here to do is look at one of everyone's favorite food, things to eat, the banana as we know it today. Now, right here you have in front of you on the left the banana that is bought and consumed today, and the banana of its original form on the right. Now, this particular issue, I must say, um, actually came to me quite a few years ago. And I have vacillated back and forth with respect to the banana, but now, having dug deeper and based on the word and looking at what has happened, I've come to put it forth to you for you to be edified and to know how you need to present yourself before the Father. So, what we have here in front of us on the left is what is called the Cavendish banana, which is the um, banana that is consumed pretty much across the entire earth that you see in most tropical regions in Alkebulan, aka Africa, places where some of us were born, like Jamaica, anywhere that banana is grown, that is whether it's in the yard or whether it's on the farm for sale, this is what you see. On the right is what you call the wild banana, which is still here on the earth, that produces these large nut-like seeds that you see in it, that grows on its own in the wild, whether by the planting of seed by the hand of man or by the pollination of birds and bats that eat it and drop the seed. And it has a very fruity and sweet and meaty taste, very delicious, and that is the banana of creation. So as we go forward, I'm going to be putting up here in what I call "Let Them Tell You," a documentary for all of us to consume and to learn and to know and to make the proper decisions that we need to make for ourselves, for our health, for our well being, and before the Most High with respect to what we're consuming. And in the context of this presentation, the banana. It's important that we establish something that is very important. The modern banana, as we know it, which is referred to as the Cavendish banana, cannot reproduce on its own through pollination or through taking seed and planting it, whether it's by the hand of man or by bats or birds, right? So instead, the farmer has to grow the new plant, which is an assisted vegetative process by planting what is called a shoot, whether it's planted after it's cut, the cut part into the ground, or the rooted part facing up, whatever it is. It is unable to reproduce itself without um, someone planting a shoot in the ground. Additionally, one of the most important things about also the banana as we know it today is that because it is seedless and reproduces by basically what is cloning, it lacks what they call genetic diversity. It has a weak defense against certain, such as fungus in the soil and other pests. and therefore actions must be taken. Specific actions need to be used by farmers to ensure that the tree is not overrun by these types of disease threats and fungus. So that being said, let us hop into it, and I will have commentary on the other end.
Ouch. We've come here to the birthplace of the Cavendish banana, possibly the most important fruit in the world, eaten by billions of us every single year. We're here in the very depths of the English countryside. We're here in Chatsworth House in England, which is mostly known for its stunning landscapes and gardens, for over 5 centuries of British aristocracy, and of course, for being the birthplace of the Cavendish banana.
Every banana that's grown almost around the world today is a Cavendish banana. And because they don't produce seed, it's the same genetic material of every plant. And so pretty much every banana that's eaten around the world started their journey here in the 1830s as the Cavendish dwarf banana.
Hey! Not having seeds means you can munch your way through Cavendish bananas without chipping your teeth. But it also means that they're sterile and can only be grown by replanting identical offshoots.
Would have come in from China, we think through Mauritius, and they arrived in this country, and the 6th Duke cultivated them, got them to flower and fruit, realised their potential as a food crop, and from there they turned it into a commercial crop that they started to export, and that's when we all started to enjoy them on the supermarket shelf.
So essentially the hundreds of billions of bananas that we consume are all direct clones of these bananas here?
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
I'm Chiquita Banana, and I've come to say bananas have to ripen in a certain
This
way.
quirky-looking yellow fruit was once unknown to the West. But after a massive marketing campaign and an even bigger production plan, it's now one of America's most consumed fresh fruits.
The banana business model is the cheapest fruit in the supermarket.
Author Dan Kopel, or Dan the Banana Man, explained how that all became possible.
Consider that a banana gets shipped thousands of miles, goes bad really fast. How is it possible that a banana can be so cheap? Well, you got to control the things you can control, which are labor and land. And so when the banana industry started, an essential part of their business model was to make sure that they didn't pay anything, basically, for workers, and they didn't pay anything for land. How did they do that? Military force. So over and over again, the banana companies took over countries, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Colombia, all over Latin America, in order to make sure their business model of cheap bananas was preserved. And this led to insane, horrible amounts of bloodshed, genocide, and the birth of the term banana republic, which meant a country that wasn't controlled by its native people, but by American banana companies.
I mean, it's kind of shaped a lot of countries and even whole continents.
Oh yeah, the very makeup of Latin America would not be the same if not for bananas.
Now, countries like Costa Rica are dominated not just by a single crop, but by a single clone, creating one of the world's biggest monocultures.
Daylight come and me want go home. Work all night and I drink a rum.
We're in a massive banana plantation in Costa Rica. Here in Latin America is where the majority of our bananas in the US actually come from. If we have brown bananas, the consumer just rejects them right out. So every single stage of this process has to be calculated to a T.
6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch.
So on every single one of these bunches, you got about 150 bananas. It's a lot of bananas they've got to harvest every day. And an operation this big needs an equally large workforce.
Una fuente de trabajo, fuente de ingresos, en todo el sentido de la palabra. Casi mi familia trabaja en bananera. Mi papá, mi hermano, mi mamá, que prácticamente nosotros vivimos del banano.
Thousands and thousands of Cavendish bananas have been harvested just down here, and now we're making our way to the packing station where they're going to be shipped all the way across the world. size of this plant is enormous. You've got 8,000 boxes being filled every single day, full to the brim of bananas. That's happening 365 days of the year. So they're pretty busy. The scale and speed at which these bananas are cultivated, packed and shipped is only possible because of the use of this one clone of banana. How do we get to rely so heavily on just this one crop?
If you want to get profit, you have to put everything in a monoculture, because it's very easy to manage the whole plantation. But the only problem is pests and diseases.
Agricultural expert Dr. Luis Percosongre explained that this is the problem with monocultures. They're all susceptible to the same diseases, which can spread like wildfire.
The people are afraid about they call it the cancer of the bananas.
This cancer is known as TR4, a strain of Panama disease, and it's devastating banana crops around the world.
Panama disease is a fungus. It's called Fusarium wilt, and it spreads very quickly. It can destroy an entire country's crop in 4 years. It doesn't just kill the bananas, it makes it impossible to grow bananas in that place again.
Ground zero for the spread of this disease is the Philippines, the second largest banana supplier in the world. Bananas are central to the Filipino economy, accounting for nearly 90% of all exported fruit. So this all used to be bananas here?
Yes. You know, here on the edge, you see quite a number of plants that are yellowing.
Right.
So essentially, these are all infected with Panama disease.
Hert Kermer is a plant pathologist who works with banana corporations as well as small farmers to monitor and contain the spread of TR4.
That's infected. Over there, you see?
Right.
I can assure you that many of the plants that are here around that still look pretty good, most likely they're infected too.
Really?
Yes.
How long has this been infected for, do you think?
Months. Once you see it, since this takes months, you're really very, very late. And the farmer does everything he can to kill those plants, but it's not stopping the disease. That's essentially what's going on.
Farmers here are frantically trying to stop the spread by chopping down the plants, covering them with flammable rice hull, and burning the pile. This entire landscape is dotted with rice hull fires. You can see they're spraying disinfectant and trying to quarantine the plant. But I mean, these people have been walking all over this area. I've been walking all over this area. There's no disinfectant around the farm, only at the very entrance. So it's so hard to contain this disease. With containment nearly impossible, small-time farmers are left with the difficult choice of how much land they're willing to sacrifice in order to contain the spread.
We have about 2,000 cases in all areas. That's a huge amount of money lost for us.
In total, how many workers have you had to lay off?
We terminated 4 of them just this month. It's very hard. It's very hard.
This is just one plantation of hundreds in the region. Thousands more acres of banana crops have been affected, and the disease is spreading quickly.
Where you don't see plants, it's kind of an irregular shape. Those are all patches that have been knocked out by tropical rainfall.
But there's hardly any down there.
Because it's past the tipping point.
Monoculture is a bad thing. It's not just a bad thing because it means we only get one banana and there are many more that taste good. Monoculture is a bad thing because it's an environmental disaster. It's a cultural and social disaster. It requires the transformation of forests into factories. I'd say the chances of the Cavendish banana crop being devastated by Panama disease are 100%. The question is, will there be a replacement? And will it be a replacement that repeats the monoculture and repeats the mistake? Or will it be part of a sort of arsenal of varietal bananas?
The reason he's so confident that this will happen is because it's actually happened before. Over 50 years ago, the entire banana industry was almost wiped out by the original strain of this fungus.
The original banana that gave birth to the banana industry was a different breed. This banana was called the Gros Michel. It was a bigger banana than the one we have now. It tasted better. In every way, it was a better banana, except it was susceptible to this disease. And by 1960, it was what we call commercially or functionally extinct.
To replace it, they needed a banana that looked like the Gros Michel, which they'd been marketing for about half a century. There was only one option: the somewhat inferior tasting, but aesthetically similar, Cavendish banana.
They invent bagging and boxing. They invent ripening rooms. They come up with all these ways to make the Cavendish work, and they gamble that people aren't going to care that it tastes bad. And that's what happened. And the Cavendish becomes our banana, and the Gros Michel and the lesson of the Gros Michel is totally forgotten.
An entire global monoculture has been built around exporting this one inferior banana, which could suffer the same fate as the Gros Michel. Even though worldwide, there are around 1,000 different types of bananas.
This is a Cavendish that when it ripens, it doesn't turn yellow.
Cheers.
It's better than the Cavendish. But this is not the one that is exported. The market is used to a yellow banana.
It does feel weird eating a green banana. What's this?
Fia 17. It's a product of hybridization, moderately resistant to TR4.
So why is this one not used?
Because the taste is no good.
Shame. What about this one? This one looks funny.
That doesn't affect the pulp, see? But nobody will buy them because they judge it by the skin.
Yeah, it's not very appealing, is it?
Because consumers like America, for instance, you buy with your eyes.
As the industry continues to rely on the one most marketable banana, the risk of this massive monoculture being wiped out by disease is ramping up. TR4 has now spread all across Asia, to the Middle East, and then to Africa. Back in Latin America, one botanist, Dr. Juan Aguilar, is the banana's best hope at survival. We went to Honduras, where he and his team of scientists are inventing new breeds in the hopes of finding a marketable, disease-resistant banana.
The pollinator is the person who makes sex with banana.
Why do you need to do that?
For example, I am resistant to cancer, and you is not resistant to cancer. We need to make love, make sex, to get a son who maybe will be resistant to cancer. This is the sperma. Huh? This is the female flower. If you put your finger, you feel that the female is sticky. This female is ready to make sex. Today, only today.
Okay. So these little guys are completely resistant to TR4. What they've got to do now is isolate this one resistant trait and put it into the Cavendish, so crossbreed it. The problem is that could be a really, really long, laborious process. These bananas are incapable of sexually reproducing on their own, so Aguilar's doing it for them. 3 months after pollination, these bananas are harvested, peeled, and squashed. By Aguilar's own estimates, it takes about 12,000 bananas to find a single seed. Once they find a seed, it's grown to see what traits it carries, before being crossbred multiple times to create the hybrid thereafter. It's kind of worrisome if this is one of the most viable solutions for our TR4 problem worldwide. They've been going for decades and they still haven't found a TR4-resistant Cavendish. And who knows how many more decades they're going to be going for before they do find one. While Aguilar continues his search for that ultimate golden disease-resistant banana, its future as a monoculture crop poses a bigger question about our agricultural systems. By demanding the cheapest, most uniform products in our lunchboxes, we don't just run the risk of losing the almighty banana, but also the biodiversity of life on Earth.
Conventional plant breeding, making by crosses, like Dr. Aguilar is doing, that is fundamental. We have also to try to change the mind of the market also and the consumers. Scientists cannot do it. This is a word that perhaps you that are working in media, you can promote this idea.
I'll save the bananas for you.
Yes, why not? Why not?
So we see here that the modern banana, as let them tell you, is a creation by the hands of the wicked one and or the wicked ones and their seed, the children of the fallen. The idea is to turn upon its head all that the Most High has created in perfection with respect to food and other things, but the context of this is food. And they tamper with and change the very structure of what we consume as food. But these things have no nutritional value, and in some cases, in most cases, is dangerous to eat and consume. But moreover, they run counter and go against the Most High's command, which is to consume that the herb and the tree of the earth that produces seed and produces fruit that has seed in itself. So if you were to look anywhere and to see anyone that is planting banana seed, you will see that it is the seed of the original wild banana, large seeds, which has to be soaked most of the time, well, all the time, for water to seep into the hard seed and make them germinate before they can be planted. Many of these things are planted for ornamental purposes. Some people don't really like dealing with the seeds of the original plant, but nonetheless, it is what it is. The Most High's word is true, and it's very important that we walk in covenant before Him, keeping His statutes and commandments, and doing so has to do with eating that which is clean and dealing with that which is clean and unclean. So until the next time, if you reach this far, please remember to subscribe, that this information go out to our people, that they can be and walk for the Most High as they should. Until next time, Salema.